Hey Insider, welcome back to our new journey. Thanks for watching. This is the story of Joe, who finds a sailboat in the middle of the sea, and when he goes inside the sailboat, he does not find any way to go out. In the beginning of the story, we are shown Joe, who leaves his house. His house is near the sea. He sits on his small boat and crosses the rocks and reaches the deep sea. Actually, he has come here to do fishing, but after a few moments, there is a dense darkness all around. Joe cannot see anything ahead. And then his boat collides with something, and Joe sees that there is a sailboat in front of him. His boat collided with this boat. The name of this sailboat is Los, according to Greek mythology. Los is a god who controls the winds. Joe does not see anyone in the sailboat. He calls out many times, but no one comes out. That is why Joe ties his boat to the sailboat and goes inside the sailboat, where he sees a book and a lot of stuff which definitely belongs to a human being. But there is no human being inside this sailboat. He tries to contact other people through the radio of the sailboat, but he is unable to get in touch. Joe does not understand where the people in the sailboat have gone. How can someone leave such an expensive sailboat in the middle of the ocean? He starts roaming around in the sailboat, and then he sees that his small boat, which he had tied properly with the sailboat, is not there. It has disappeared from there. Also, due to the dense darkness, he is unable to see anything. He looks around with his binoculars, but he does not see his boat anywhere. Then he hears a voice from below the sailboat. Hearing this, Joe gets scared because just a while ago he had gone down and checked where there was no one. Joe goes down once again and sees that due to the shaking of the boat, the toilet door is opening and closing on its own. He closes the toilet door and comes near the engine. He knows that now there is no other way to get out of here except this sailboat. He tries to start the engine, but the engine does not start. Also, the boat's door starts to move. The compass is also not working, so he does not know anything about the direction. He takes out a map and finds the correct direction from his location. After which, he opens the sails so that the boat starts moving forward from here with the wind. But the wind is such that the boat starts moving in all directions. He understands that he has to start the engine at any cost. After working hard for many hours, he starts the engine of the sailboat, and now the sailboat starts moving forward. He looks around with the binoculars, but he does not see anyone far away. Nor does he see his board. He tries to contact others once again through the radio, but he does not get in touch with anyone. Now, he has to pee. So he comes on the deck, and when he is peeing, the sail hits him, which gives him a strong push. He was about to fall down from the boat, but he catches hold of the railing. If he had fallen down from the boat, he would have been stuck in the sea and would have died. So he decides that he will go down to the toilet and pee inside the toilet. He goes to open the door, and then the door gets locked automatically. He tries hard to open the lock, but it doesn't open. After trying for a long time, he opens the lock, but the door is still closed. He is still stuck inside the toilet of a sailboat in the ocean. He has no way to get out. Then he hears someone's voice from outside. Actually, it is the voice of the radio. His radio has been connected, but he can't answer because he is stuck in the toilet. He tries a lot, but still the door doesn't open. Then he hears the sound of the engine and looks out of the window of the toilet. There is a huge cargo ship in front of him. He takes off his shirt and tries to signal them, but it is of no use because there is no one on the deck who can see his sailboat. The sailboat is continuously moving towards the same cargo ship, and very soon it will collide with that cargo ship. He gets completely upset. Then he gets a rope which he throws down from his sailboat so that the rope gets stuck in the fan of the sailboat and the engine stops. This is what happens. The rope gets entangled in the fan blade of the engine, but the other part of the rope that is near Joe gets stuck near his neck. The rope is continuously pressing his throat, but Joe somehow manages to remove the rope from his neck. The rope has pressed his throat so hard that he is now becoming unconscious. And then his sailboat collides with the cargo ship, due to which water starts filling up slowly in the sailboat. After some time, when Joe regains consciousness, he sees that the cargo ship is nowhere near him, which means that the cargo ship has gone very far from him, and then he hears the sound of someone's footsteps outside, which surprises him because the sailboat is not that big, and he had checked the entire sailboat, but there was no one in it. Joe feels that it is his illusion, and the biggest problem is that even now, the sailboat is moving at a very high speed, although he had stopped the engine with the rope. But the sail of the sailboat is open. That's why it is moving at a very high speed due to the wind. He now wants to stop this boat by any means. That's why he pulls the rope of the sail with a stick and brings it down, due to which the sailboat stops. But soon the rope breaks on its own, and once again the sailboat starts moving at the speed of the wind, which completely frustrates him because all his efforts have failed. And now water starts filling up inside the toilet. When he tests the water, he finds out that it is not sea water because the water is sweet. Joe shouts and says that, "I know there is someone outside. I don't need your pity or your help. I can get out of here myself." Joe is completely convinced that whoever is outside is considering Joe a thief. That is why he has imprisoned Joe here. And now the water inside the toilet goes down on its own. Many hours pass. Joe is thirsty, and once again the water comes up. But this time, when he tests the water, it is not sweet but salty water. That is, after colliding with the cargo ship. The sea water has started filling up inside the sailboat from where the sailboat was damaged, and slowly its level starts rising. Then he looks out of the window. There is a huge storm in front. The sailboat is continuously moving in that direction. He puts a blade and a stick and cuts the sails of the sailboat. He tries to cut their rope, but it is of no use. He is unable to cut the rope. His hand also gets injured, and now his sailboat is stuck in that storm. The whole night passes like this, and the next morning, when he opens his eyes, he sees that the toilet is filled with water up to the top, whose level is continuously increasing, and if he does not get out of here soon, he will die. That is why Joe starts kicking the doors with all his might, and this time the doors open. He comes on the deck on top of the sailboat. Joe knows that the sailboat is going to sink very soon. That is why, to save his life, he makes a raft, which he throws in the sea and sits on that raft. Even after waiting for a long time, the sailboat does not sink. He decides that he will go on top of the sailboat and start its engine so that he can get out of here. First of all, he goes on top of the sailboat and repairs all those damaged parts from where water is coming in. After this, with the help of a motor, he removes the water which is filled inside the sailboat. He starts throwing it out and also fixes the sails. After this, he tries to contact other people through radio, but he is unable to get in touch. He knows that he has to go to the shore through this sailboat at any cost. Otherwise, he will die of hunger and thirst here. Then he sees a cargo ship at a short distance in front of him. He has made a raft. He starts going towards that cargo ship. He is very happy because once he reaches the ship, his life will be saved. But then the sailboat starts on its own and starts moving towards Joe. Joe sees that the sailboat is coming towards him, so he has to jump down from the raft to save his life. The sailboat breaks his raft into two pieces. Now Joe is completely scared and does not want to go on top of the sailboat because he has understood that this is not an ordinary sailboat but a secret about which he does not know anything. The sails of the sailboat are completely up. Neither is its engine on. Still, he walks towards it. Had gone, and now the sailboat automatically stops near him because the sailboat wants Joe to come up once again. But Joe does not want to go up. He stays in the sea. But then he realizes that a very big fish has come near him. He thinks that it is a shark. But Joe is lucky because it is not a shark but a dolphin, which does not harm humans. Now, due to the water being very cold, Joe is feeling very cold, and then the sailboat comes near him like a sail. The boat is telling him to come up. Due to compulsion, Joe has to go inside the sailboat because if he stays in the water overnight, he will get hypothermia, which will lead to his death. Joe goes inside the boat and sleeps. Next morning when he wakes up, he sees that the door of the boat has locked itself, which means that he cannot come out. Then he looks inside the toilet where there is a small cover on the top. He opens that cover. He sees that there is a way to go up from here. Now he tries to go up from that place where he finds a knife. There is also some food stuff here. Joe understands that someone was hiding here. Now he tries to go up, but then that small cover closes automatically, which means that once again Joe is trapped in a small space here. Also, the sailboat is moving very fast. Joe starts shouting loudly, "That leave me! Let me go! What have I done to you?" And the sailboat stops automatically the next moment. All the doors also open. He comes out of the boat and sees that it is near a town on an island, which is now a jail town. No one lives here. He starts roaming in that town. There are only empty buildings here. And then he hears the sound of the engine. He sees that the sailboat starts on its own and is leaving from here. He understands that it is some intelligent or supernatural power sailboat in which he was trapped, and in a few moments that sailboat disappears from his eyes. Now he comes to the shore where he sees that his boat on which he had gone for fishing and which he had tied with the sailboat is once again standing on the shore. And now we are also shown a lot of people in the town here. Actually, this is the same town, the same place from where he started his journey. Then, from between the rocks, we see the same sailboat in the sea in which he was trapped. That is. Now he will once again start his journey and once again will get trapped inside that sailboat. He is trapped in a loop, due to which maybe it is very difficult to get out, or it could be a sailboat that traps people inside it and kills them. But because Joe had repaired that sailboat and its engine, that is why the sailboat did not kill him and left him back on the shore. What do you think? Do write in the comment box. We hope that this story will be a success.